welcome to a special Wednesday morning, Ash Wednesday morning of the Talking Iowa Hawkeye Sports Podcast. We are here, in case you didn't read the headline, to talk about the Iowa men's game last night versus Nebraska. Hit that subscribe button right there in front of you. Hit the like button. Share. Make sure you comment, and let's just have a little fun right now. Guys, welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Even while me working.
Okay.
Taking a little break,
All righty. Well, the men pull out 157-52 last night. Yeah, in a lot of ways, you can say it was another ugly win, but I also felt like it wasn't as ugly as some of the other games that they played. I know that the shooting percentages were way down. I mean, not even standard. But what that defense
that was both teams. That was two of the best defensive games by each team.
Yeah,
that I've seen anywhere. The officials let them pound on each other especially out on the edges. And boy, those were two defensive teams. That's Hoiberg's teams usually ain't that good at defensive teams. I don't know if he's got a new assistant coach or what, but anyway, I thought it was a beautiful game defensively. So
yeah, I agree with Kelvin because defensively they were in it the whole game, and it was also the effort by everybody. That's including the crowd, and that's what Coach McCullum said during post was how much the crowd got into it, and on almost on every possession.
Yeah, 11,000 people there last night.
Hoiberg was into it even after the game when he took a swing at an Iowa fan. I mean,
Right.
I think he actually connected with the guy's arm, but
I saw that.
I don't know if he knows the law, but that's called a simple assault there, Freddie boy. But
yeah, but I think wasn't he attacked first when he did that?
Oh, the fan just came up and yelled in his face that and he had a phone up, yelling. He probably said "F the Huskers" or
that must be the blurry picture I saw today on the internet.
I love the Fuskers,
That's pretty good.
Fred took a swing at him, but you can't do that. You can't.
No.
But anyway, it's all forgotten. We won. I'll just remember it the rest of my life, because I hold grudges against non-Hawkeyes. So
Right.
I could imagine this team is going to come out fired up when we replay them.
Holy jeez, yeah. It was the effort. Like I said, the effort was there. Sturts, and we all got to let him just be him and let him create. And
Nebraska played really good.
Sure
I mean,
did.
Hoiberg played the game of his life. Probably really got a lot of respect for that kid. And Sandefort, when he got a shot off, he was looking good, and that Mass kid is a tremendous player.
Yeah,
it just looked like two really good teams going at it to me. But
here's what I thought. My personal thought was, if not for Sam Hoiberg and Mast, Iowa runs away with this game. They, on defense alone, were causing us all kinds of issues.
Iowa really dominated the first half, especially after the first, 5 or 6 minutes, and the referees were just screwing Iowa in the first half. I mean, bad. And then in the second half, I thought it was the referees might have favored Iowa a little bit, especially the last 10 minutes. But some of the calls that the referees gave Iowa the advantage, the replay overturned. Rightfully so.
Right.
But I just thought in the first half, if they would have been calling fouls every time Sturts went in for a layup, I messaged Dean and I said, we ought Iowa really deserves to be up by 15 or 18 points when we're up by 10.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
And we cherished all those possessions too.
Yeah.
Like our life depended on it. So, I mean, give kudos to Hoiberg, but you got to think about this. Doesn't Hoiberg have a really good record against the Hawkeyes since when he was at Iowa State? Or no?
I don't know. I know
remember.
he upset Fran the last game of a season a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I don't remember Hoiberg being great against Iowa. Maybe he has. Somebody has to look it up, I guess, but
well, let's put it this way. I don't know how many years Hoiberg has been at Nebraska, but going into the last night's game, Iowa has won 11 of the last 12 games.
Yeah. So the only game Hoiberg beat him in was that upset. Mm-hmm. The last game of the season at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Was that last year, 2 years ago, or something like that?
No, that was when Connor McCaffrey, his senior year.
Okay.
Says, I remember Connor McCaffrey, who played good basketball for Iowa, didn't turn the ball over, played real good defense, good rebounding and everything. He kind of had an off game that last game of the season. And I think, if I remember Dean's comment after that, if I remember Dean's comment after the game was, well, no 20-win season. I think we only won 19 games that year, but.
Oh. Oh my god!
I think it kept us from winning. I think it kept us from winning 20 games that year. And
okay, so that was in that must have been in the tournament then, the Big Ten.
No,
tournament.
it was at the last game of the season at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and it might have kept us from going to the NCAA tournament. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah,
but
I
anyway,
don't remember.
I don't think we didn't win another game, in the Big Ten tournament or anything.
Right.
So.
No. Was that the year we went out to Oregon or Utah or State?
The year we went out to Oregon.
Got beat in the NIT?
The year we went out to Oregon in the NCAA tournament and got beat was Garza's last year, the COVID year.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I meant to say Utah when we played them in the NIT. And got beat.
It might have been. I don't remember. I don't remember. But
I don't.
So in recent memories, only 2 of Fran's team failed to make the NCAA.
So the answer is that Hoiberg has not been dominating Iowa.
Okay.
If we've won 11 of the last 12 games.
Yeah. So. Apparently not. Yeah.
So.
But Nebraska and Hoiberg have not always been as good as they are this year. I mean, did you see Hoiberg's record at Nebraska?
He's not that.
It's sub 500.
Yeah.
He's lucky he got that Mass kid, got an extra year of eligibility, and he paid a lot of money to get Price Sandefort.
Right.
And all of a sudden, his teams that have been bad defensive teams, he's got one of the top defensive teams in the nation. I'd like to know if he's got an new assistant that they said they're playing the Chris Beard Texas Tech defense now.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
I don't even know what they run.
They play without a man in the middle of the lane, from what I read today. I would just like to say something about. Wasn't that something Bennett Sturtz's end of the game there where he come down and blocked 2 shots in a row and then he come down and scored like 5 straight points or something?
Yeah.
To win the game. I mean,
I think about this. That's pretty gutsy for a senior to step up in the biggest moments, block those 2 shots, go on in the other end, convert, but again, you got to think when Bennett was at Northwest Missouri State, he probably did a couple of those things regardless.
And he also stole the ball.
Yeah, stole the ball and then took it the other end.
He stole that ball on the sideline and went down and made that layup and crashed to the floor.
Right.
So that was in that sequence too.
Yeah. And it was nice that we actually converted the free throws down the stretch. We needed every single one of those.
Yeah, when he blocked the shot and then he come down and they fouled him, I made the comment to Dean. They were showing him on TV, and it's like he's playing 40 minutes, playing the best defense of anybody.
Right.
He's following Sandiford around the whole game, and Sandiford just moves and moves and moves on offense all the time. And I made the comment to Dean on our messenger, Sturts ain't even perspiring. They showed his face, and it's like, I think this kid could play 80 minutes a game.
So to add to that, I was listening to Coach McCollum's post game, and he goes to Bennett. He asked him like on one of the out of bounds plays or on a timeout, "Hey, you want to come out?" "Nope, I'm good." It's that mentality. I love that in him.
I just posted Ben's interview with Dolphin after the game, and he said, I asked Sturts, "Are you tired?" And he said, "No, coach, I'm good."
Yep. He goes, "I'm good."
He's like Secretariat. He has unlimited stamina or something. So
well, Sanford really ran him all over the place because he really was, but he wasn't the force I thought he would be. But I got to tell you, after watching for 4 years of Peyton Sanford's parents sitting in the stands cheering him on wearing Hawkeye gear, it hurt to see Nebraska gear on them and them cheering for Nebraska.
They sure the hell showed enough of his parents on TV.
Oh, I agree on that one.
I don't when both Sandfords played for Iowa, I don't remember the TV station showing them two people. I never knew what they looked like.
On that.
And then last night, they were on all the time. It was like, good God, I know it's kind of a story, but you don't have to show it. It ain't like Taylor Swift was there,
But I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, darn it.
Yeah.
It's just weird guys, though. With now, do you think would Price come back to Iowa with McCollum at the helm? Probably not, but
no, because he had his chance to stay. McCollum tried to keep him.
Yeah, and the fans spoke loudly last night.
Yeah, I knew they would.
I think they were telling him to stay the F away.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I knew going in that he was going to get those boos.
Did you watch that? Did you watch that Journey episode following there? Where
I didn't. I had to go to bed. I was like, "Oh crap!" I have to get up at 3:30.
And Peyton was wearing Iowa State gear when they were playing basketball in their basement, and how he was just kind of beaten up on Bryce. And
one kid had Nebraska pajamas on, and the other one had Iowa State pajamas on. They were not Hawkeye fans. And they were going to Hoiberg's camps all the year, and they loved Hoiberg. I don't care that he left. I just care that Iowa won last night. That's all I care about.
No, I just kind of wonder now after hearing that if Bryce was pressured into going to Iowa because of Peyton, and always planned to go and follow Hoiberg later. After Peyton graduated,
I just don't know why Hoiberg didn't recruit Peyton. Maybe he didn't want him. I don't know, but
I don't know. But the thing is, I think both of those boys went to Waukee Northwest, or Waukee, and then transferred to Northwest. So my thought was, okay,
wait a minute, I got to stop you there. I don't think Peyton ever was at Northwest. I think he was done
or something like that.
Before that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you might be right on that one. But I know they went to either Waukee and then when Northwest came back, or when they came about.
Well, I know Peyton's high school team. He had Peyton and Bryce on his team, and then supposed to been the number one recruit ever in the history of Iowa basketball. The other guy who went to Iowa State and then flamed out. And then the fourth
Omaha Blue.
Let me finish. And then the fourth guy was DeVries's boy.
Yep.
who went to Drake, who's now at Indiana.
Indiana.
That was the team. Whether it was whether it was
actually,
I don't know, but
I now think it was. I actually now think it was just regular Waukee. I don't think either.
Okay,
I think that's
it was
the one.
one of
I
those
think
two.
now that I think about it, that's what it was.
And the other guy that Kelvin was talking about was the one that flared out.
Omaha Blue.
Omaha Blue.
Whatever happened to him? Anybody know?
he went to Iowa State, and then he left because he didn't quite make it.
That's what I heard, but there's some other things to that too. I got a reliable source that was telling me about it.
He didn't. They did. He was like Osselberger's like Ben. If you don't play defense, you don't play. Everybody thought, well, he's going to play at least 15 minutes a game as a freshman. He didn't.
The guy could score too. He could score with anybody. That Omaha Blue, but again, like Kelvin said, he flared at Iowa State and then couldn't play defense.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I just presumed he didn't play defense because he didn't play.
He didn't.
Away.
I saw a couple of highlights on Huddle, and I'm like, man, he scores a lot, but does he play really good defense? I mean, yeah, he's tall and lengthy. He can jump out of the gym, but you got to play defense too.
I watched. Well, I know you guys watched Randazzo's show this morning, and they were talking to Randazzo. He says, I thought Hausen would play some because we haven't been hitting those shots. I was going to comment, but I didn't want to say something detrimental. I was going to say, yeah, if Hausen would have played, we'd have lost because we wouldn't have stopped Nebraska on the other end.
Right.
That's the whole key to winning is last night was stopping Nebraska.
Yeah.
But
man, Iowa did a decent job getting back on transition to stop them, and then like we've been talking about, Sturz just played one hell of a defense on Stanford. He's like, yep, I'll guard him. That's fine.
And it was the best. Nebraska's got three big guys that are big, like at least Alvaro's size and Cam's size.
Right.
But that was by far the greatest rebounding game Iowa's had all year. I think we out rebounded them by 14 rebounds. I don't know if it's 35 to 20 or something.
100%.
The one I got. The one I'm showing is 33 to 22.
Okay.
Wow.
So 11?
11.
Wow.
And we kept getting
almost on every possession they attacked the glass.
Yeah. Cam and Tavian kept getting offensive rebounds. They had trouble finishing them in the first half because they were getting clobbered by three guys.
Yeah.
What about Cam at the end of the game? Keep saving our possessions every time we.
Oh my God!
Basket. His couple of rebounds there.
That's a great comment, Dean.
Yes, 100%.
That was like, what we take? What the announcers say? Iowa just took a minute and 20 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
I think we went from like 3 minutes to go to 1 minute and 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, because they got that TV timeout, and then came back, and that's when the minute we just drained the clock and extra possessions.
I got to say though, with 2 minutes to go in the game and us up by 10, I thought we had this in the bag, and they started making a comeback on us, and I kept thinking, God, got to hit those free throws. You don't hit those free throws, they're going to come down and probably send this to overtime.
That's why I said free throws were key down the stretch.
Did you see how far the Mass, when we were up by 6, how far Mass hit that?
That was deep. That was Caitlin deep.
I think he hit it from Caitlin Clark range.
Yeah, that was Caitlin deep. Yeah, those three big guys for Nebraska, they'll go a long, long way with those guys that they contribute, and so does Price. They got a really good shot, but I don't know what their schedule's like down the stretch. So,
the last game is hosting Iowa. I know that, but
maybe you know what? Maybe they'll be caught looking ahead to Iowa the game before, and they'll just be dismantled that game before, and then they'll be so so down by the time they get to Iowa, we can go in Lincoln and do that.
I don't know.
It's just
Basketball,
amazing though that we
basketball
are.
is such an on and off
Yep,
thing. Like
up and
Yeah.
down.
I commented before the game last night that boy, Wisconsin just laid an egg. Wisconsin, who couldn't miss a shot the previous game, where they blew out Michigan State or whoever they played up there at
Right.
Wisconsin. And then they go play Ohio State, who's a team that's playing really good right now. But
Mhm.
I mean, they were behind by 20 points, and they couldn't, I think I told Dean they shot 25% from three
Yuck.
and 50% from free throws, which
Interesting.
it's just like one game they can't miss a
Yeah.
shot, and then this game they can't make a shot.
Yeah. And well, we're tied with Ohio State for 8th place, so
Seventh place, I think.
Is it 7th? Maybe it's 7th.
I think,
But we absolutely
Right.
need to beat Ohio State to make sure that we own the tiebreaker at the end of the year over them.
Well, if we beat Wisconsin the next game, how we're tied with, we're moving up. But
Right.
we have a very tough schedule. We have a very tough schedule left. I don't know how many we can win, but if we just got to give great effort every game like we did last night.
Oh, 100%.
I said on the last pod that ideally if we could go 3-3, that would be okay. But I was thinking more on the lines of 2-6, But so we got Nebraska. So if we win the other 2 games, I think we should win Ohio State and Penn State. Then we're going to go 3-3.
I couldn't believe yesterday that Iowa was a betting favorite in the game. I thought, what?
Jeez.
But I guess the odds makers know something.
Right.
Or the games are fixed. So that's what I worry about. I think the end of college sports will probably come about because of gambling.
It has been for years.
Games. I mean, people complain about, some Iowa guy got in trouble for betting a little bit of money on a game. Well, it's against the rules,
Yep, exactly.
And they got them rules there for a reason to try to protect the game. But,
what's Iowa's all-time record at the call center?
Not very good.
I want to know that because it's always tough.
Very good.
Because I can remember
Matt Nezel's show this morning.
Yeah, and that's what Bear said. But the thing is, when we usually played Wisconsin, Bo Ryan was the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we always struggled against Bo Ryan.
Well, we
whether it
struggled
was at
against
Carver or at the call center.
We struggled at Wisconsin when Dick Bennett was there. Dick Bennett took the
what year was Dick Bennett at?
He was there from Tom Davis's time until Ryan took over, and he just retired. He got sick of coaching and he retired, but he took Wisconsin to the Final Four before Bo Ryan did. But Bo Ryan was a way better offensive coach. And the only game I can remember us winning at Wisconsin in a long, long time was that one where Bohannon hit the 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I wouldn't know the record. It ain't good. I know that.
Yeah. But there's another time when we could have won there.
Well,
I remember watching it on TV. We could have, but we didn't because we were thoroughly in control of that game, and Frank got himself a couple of technicals, and that game turned around on him, and he got kicked out of the game, and Wisconsin got fired up and came back and took control of the game.
I remember another game that the game came down to one last shot of the game, and Fran had a perfect play, drew up where Peter Jock took the last shot. That was at Carver, and Peter Jock's shot just looked perfect, but it just rattled in and rattled out. We didn't make it, but we aren't good against Wisconsin. But this year's we got a different coach, so maybe.
All right. Well, let me pick out a couple of positive things from last night.
Mm-hmm.
As bad as we shot the 3-point shot, they shot it worse. We shot at 26%. They shot at 20%. Here's the statistic I really love: 7 of 18
Hold
free throws for
on.
94%. That is crazy. Okay, and we had fewer turnovers than they did. I wonder if Kyle's coming back to us.
He keeps monkeying with his phone, trying to get a better picture, and then he hits the wrong button. So
Yeah, I'm working on something here. My bank was calling me, so I'm working on it here.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Just leave your phone alone.
Is that what happens every time we lose you? Is that you're getting a phone call?
He's I think he's trying to adjust the way it's sitting and making him look. Hell, none of us look good. Just leave it set.
Hold on. I'm gonna call my bank. So I gotta leave early here.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks. Yep.
Thank you. Bye, Kyle.
Bye.
So what was you were telling I think saying something about how we made our free throws when he was talking. What did you say?
I said we made 17 of 18 free throws for 94%, but they hit 78% of theirs, so they didn't do bad. It's just that we did great. I mean, how fantastic was that?
I want to use Dean's terminology here. Is 17 out of 18? Would you term that as acceptable?
Oh, more than acceptable. Yeah.
You're known for saying that's totally unacceptable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's go over a couple of the individual stats. Koch had a decent game not percentage wise, but he had 10 points. He was 2 for 7 from the 3 for 10 for regular field goals, 4 rebounds though, 1 turnover. He had no was even in this game. He had no fouls last night. All the fouls that were getting called. How did he go foul-less?
It probably tells you right there how many minutes he'd had. I'd say he played at least 25 minutes. Played good defense. He's so they've made him more physical. You can tell he's been lifting weights, and stuff.
Yeah,
but
32 minutes, and he seemed very vocal. Every time the camera's up there, he was talking to his team, being very vocal.
I just wish he'd talk to me, because I'd have him on this podcast. But
well, you never know what you can do after the season. All right, as Sturtz played 40 minutes, as we know, because that's just normal for him. 25 points, 8 for 22, 2 for 8 from the 3, which is kind of unlike him, but that's the way he's been going the last couple games. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers though, and 3 personal fouls. Banks doesn't, he has not been himself at all. Recently.
I expect Banks on a regular basis to average about 10 points a game.
Yeah. He had 30 minutes, 6 points, 1 for 5. Shooting, 10 rebounds. All of his must have come from the free throw line since he was 1 for 5.
10 rebounds is good.
Yeah, 10 rebounds. Oh, yeah, it seemed like every time they would miss a shot, who was coming down with the rebound with all those tall people? It was Banks.
I couldn't believe how many rebounds that little Hoiberg got.
We're going to get to him. We're going to take a look at him.
He's like the Energizer Bunny, but.
Well, here's Combs, and I know a lot of people are kind of wondering, but he's playing injured. 25 minutes, just 2 points, 1 for 3. No 3-point attempts, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 turnover. Fulgaris had 7 points, 2 for 3, 1 for 2, and 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers. So in 21 minutes, he didn't do too bad. He could have actually probably done more, because honestly, he was open. This is what I made last night in our comment on the chat group, is that Iowa was passing up wide open shots to try to get a better shot, but the better shots were usually trying to get inside against all that tall timber, and I just think like a couple times Sturts had a wide open 3. He passed it up. Falgaris had wide open 3. He passed it up. And I just didn't understand it sometimes. But anyway, Sage, 8 points. I'm sorry, 8 minutes, 2 points. 2 rebounds. Howard, 3 points. He made his only 3-pointer. 4 rebounds. So even the guards were out there pulling down rebounds last night.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Huskers did.
Yeah, I think that was our best rebounding game, as I said before, Dean.
Yeah. Well, Mast played 32 minutes, 8 points, 4 for 10, and 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. I thought he hit that 3-pointer late in the game.
Must have been somebody else, Dean.
Must have been, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. But he had 8 rebounds, which, and 3 turnovers.
Mm-hmm. He got in a little bit of foul trouble.
4 fouls, yeah. Let's see. The next person on the roster was Lawrence with 28 minutes, 11 points, 3 for 6, 2 for 4, and 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 turnovers.
Lawrence had hit a ridiculous 3-pointer, maybe 2 of them. We were right on him, and I don't know how the hell he made them, but
yeah. And I thought Hoiberg did more damage than he did, but he only had 4 points, shot 2 for 8, had 6 rebounds. Well, that's quite a few. 5 assists, so he was helping score in other ways.
He's just a team player that gives Jeff Moe type effort every game.
Yeah, I agree. Sanford, 37 minutes, 13 points. He's only a couple under his average. 3 for 7, 2 for 6. No rebounds, no assists. In other words, he was just hanging around the 3-point line, looking for a ball.
All he is a shooter. He just.
Yeah, and they had the 2 bench. They only had 2 bench players come off the bench, so they used a short rotation. Frager and Jacobson, both of them had 6 points.
There you go, I think Jacobson's the one that hit that long 3-pointer. Could be wrong.
He did hit 1 3-pointer,
and he got in a little foul trouble too, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So other than that, yeah. And we already talked a little bit about Wisconsin, how tough it's going to be to win up there. And I'm sorry, I know people are going to get mad at me, but I've already pegged it as a loss. That Michigan and the return game to Nebraska.
We don't play till Sunday, right?
I think it's Sunday if I'm correct. And then the same time, the women will be playing Michigan on Sunday, but they got a game tomorrow night at Purdue.
Yep, on Big Ten Plus. I just love it.
I know you love it. I just thought, oh my gosh.
It's no big deal. That game will be such a blowout. If Iowa doesn't win by 25 points, we played the girls that never play a lot. So.
Well, here's the crazy thing is we had that game in hand the other night. Oh, here we got comments. And I didn't even see them. Sorry, guys.
Tell us
ESPN. Okay, Jason says, ESPN has Iowa's remaining schedule 16th toughest. Rick says Hawkeye women win, Hawkeye men win. A podcast before noon and a beautiful day for a moped ride. Life can be good.
Right.
Thanks, Rick.
I don't think we get more viewers by time of day, because I know the American worker nowadays is lazy as hell, because I worked in warehouses and stuff. So they're more apt to be in the bathroom watching our podcast during the day when they're supposed to be working than they would be at night when their wife's sitting there telling them, let's watch a movie.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And the views did drop off because we had to drop off one of our streaming sites because that streaming site did not renew their streaming of capabilities with StreamYard, so I wasn't able to use that. And so, so our viewership and some of the people that comment have actually dropped off lately.
I seen our last podcast was still up around 300 last time I checked. So
yeah. But anyhow, yeah. So this is what I was going to say before I noticed that people had comments and I didn't post them up there. Sorry,
go
guys,
through them
not getting
comments.
to them earlier. But the women, on the women, I was noticing that they had that game well in hand the other night, and this is the time that you want to get Levine on the floor. You want to get Layla Hayes more time on the floor. Maybe get Mulaney back on the floor. I was trying to think about. There was one more. Addie Deal. Okay, these are the girls in your rotation. You should be getting them some minutes so they feel more comfortable out there, because right now those girls aren't giving you much production other than just filling a space to give somebody a rest.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm no head college coach.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't out of the girls you mentioned, the only girl that's in the rotation that you mentioned was Addie Deal. You know. Yeah. And maybe when she finally gets her players kind of playing all right, maybe she wants to keep them out there and keep that good stuff going. You know, I don't know. By the way, one piece of news I seen today that Jan's is on the Naismith Coach of the Year list, which I know at this point in the year they got their lists are long, you know, but that's we sure got a lot of the girls, Hannah, Ava, Chit Chat, now Jan are all on the list, you know, and I'm sure Addie Deal and Journey Houston should be on, you know, freshman lists too, you know, because a lot of freshmen don't play at all. But
I got one for you. So out of the women, the top big women, the top Big Ten women's basketball player of the year candidates are Lauren Betts. Let me see if I can go back to that. Okay, Lauren Betts.
And
Olivia Olson, Jelani Cambridge, Ava Hayden, and Seva Sellers. Okay.
Yeah, from Maryland.
Who's your unanimous pick here?
Well, I ain't going to be unanimous. A lot of people are going to pick Betts because she was preseason, you know, but to me, Jelani Cambridge is running away. You know, I would think Ava Hayden would be the 4th or 5th pick just because she's been in so much foul trouble and really good offensive player. Hell, I think our best player is Chit Chat, hands down.
I agree with you. And Chit Chat,
the only games Chit Chat hasn't been super duper was when she was hurt with a concussion. She missed them, and then when she'd come back and play a few minutes a game, you know, so her scoring average went from 20 points a game down to, I don't know what it is now, probably 14 or something like that. But I just think I love Ava Hayden, but boy, Chit Chat's been the constant Iowa.
Well, Chit Chat leads the nation in 3-point shot, I think. 3-point percentage. She's got to be near the top on free throws because she's over 90%.
Yeah.
So she's got to be near the top. But
I would give it to Jelani Cambridge myself, because she's like there's only one other good player on her team.
So here's how
like if I was talking to men's, I don't care what anybody says, Bennett Sturts is the most valuable player in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Well, you know we're going to find that out soon, because we'll come up with who we want. But here's what on this guy who posted this, I wouldn't pick my 5 in the order of the 5 I would pick. I picked Betts, not because she deserves it, because she plays for UCLA and the most known player. Cambridge was my next one. Okay. And I agree with you. I would probably think she deserves it. All right. Then I picked Hayden. Yeah. Then I picked Hayden, Olsen, and then Sellers. I know that Olsen plays for Michigan, and she'll probably get more looks and more votes, but I don't know. And Sellers, I believe, was playing for Ohio State. No, Washington. Washington isn't going to do much in the standings, so she's probably going to get the least amount of votes.
Well, I just go by who has the best season, and I honestly, trying to be realistic, I don't see Ava Hayden being in the. I was surprised that she was on the list because she sat so much this year, But it's all about the glory, She gets a good pass and she's a great finisher inside and everything, and it's all about offense, Well, I don't know. I know our top three players are Ava, Hannah, and Chit Chat, and Hannah's the most underrated player by Iowa fans. It's kind of ridiculous, some of the stupidity you hear about Hannah Stolke. The best. Her and Feuerbach are by far our best defensive players, with Chit Chat right behind. She's by far our best rebounder. She does all the dirty work. Like I said the other day, if a rebound comes off the rim and it doesn't come right to her, right to the person, the only player on the team that goes and gets the rebound is Hannah. She has the quickness to go get that rebound that ain't coming right at her. Most of the other girls on the team, they box out and they'll get a rebound if the ball bounces to them. So yeah, I'm not being down on Ava, but I just, in all honesty, I don't really, there's a damn good girl playing for Minnesota. How come she ain't on the list? Probably because Minnesota wasn't supposed to. She probably wasn't mentioned before the season started. A lot of these lists are kind of created before the season starts.
Yeah.
And
True
anyway.
that. Well, I think this is a good place. We should end this. You got anything you want to add on last night's game?
Yeah. Not really. Just happy days are here again. You go from the last pod I was on, I said we're all humans, and that Purdue game just put us in a dark place mentally about the Iowa men's team. And then I said, if we win the next game, we'll be all bright and happy again. And that's what happened. The same thing when the women lost 3 in a row. It was like, we went from, we could go almost unbeaten in the Big Ten to we lost 3 in a row. Now we're down. Yeah. You gotta be less reactionary and kind of think about, maybe I'm overreacting to. I was down after that Purdue game. I thought, God, why even have a podcast?
Kind of my feeling too. Okay. All right. Boy says, did Nebraska men appear to be small compared to Iowa, or is it just him? I thought they appeared to be a little taller.
They're bigger at every position except Hoiberg. And Hoiberg's he might be a little smaller than Combs, Combs ain't a great big guy, but that's the only position they're smaller. Good Lord, that I can think of. But.
Oh, hey, I wanted to mention, speaking of small, when the women beat Nebraska the other day, there was a person smaller than Chit Chat on the floor for Nebraska. Did you notice that? Yeah, 5'4".
I can't. Okay, ain't that what Chit Chat is?
Yeah, but I think if we go and look, I think Chit Chat's listed as 5'6" or 5'7", to be honest.
Yeah, well, Chit Chat, when she signed with Iowa, they said, "How tall are you?" And she goes, "They list me at this, but I'm 5'4". But so who was this player? Was it a backup? must have been a backup or something. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't. I just remember
doesn't
that they
matter.
showed her and they talked about briefly that she was probably the shortest one on the team.
Okay. So anyway, I hope Iowa. Well, I know Iowa's going to win tomorrow night. I mean, I don't think
they
there's
should
any
be.
doubt about that. Did we miss any comments,
Nope,
Dean? That you?
we got all the
I know you
comments.
like to give people their time on there. So
Yeah, we got all the comments taken care of. So yeah,
we appreciate. Me and Dean are retired, but we appreciate all you lazy people commenting during the day on our podcast. So, and remember, Kelvin likes to joke around. Don't take it personally, but it's kind of against the rules to be doing this at work. So, of course, half the people probably don't have jobs anyway. Oh, geez.
hey, yeah, let us
Don't get
know
me
if you guys
started.
are watching from work today. That'd be fun to know. We lost our third person, our third co-host here because he was at work and had to go back to work. So
He just said he could be on while he was in his car. So
yeah.
and anyway.
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. We did have a couple people tell me they made it to the end of the last podcast. Remember, I said if you made it to the end, let me know, and they let me know they made it to the end.
Yeah.
Cool. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, listening, and have a great the rest of your day. The women play tomorrow night against Purdue, which should be a pretty simple, easy game, but never saying that it will be, because when you start thinking about that, then things go the other way.
It's going to be easy, Dean.
Okay. All right.
Blame me if it isn't. Okay. So.
All right. And the men play at Wisconsin on Sunday, as the women play Michigan at home on Sunday too. So that's our weekend coming up. And
that's a big. That Michigan game's big. If we win that, I don't think we're going to lose another game. Lose a game maybe in a Big Ten tournament, but
I don't know the way Michigan's playing right now. My God, they're just smoking people.
I know, but we
the
got
men and the women are smoking people.
You know who was smoking last night was Illinois. I know you want to get off, but they have everybody. Their two best players are freshmen. And then Aaliyah Guyton's finally, she's still limping around, but she's finally, starting and can really shoot and handle the ball. Her and Chit Chat would have been magic, but Illinois' got everybody coming back from next year. And they got two of their best players got injured right before the season with knee surgeries. And so next year, Illinois will be up there trying to give us.
Here's what I worry about.
But so will we. So will we, Dean.
Yeah.
So
here's what I worry about Guyton wanting to prove a point. The game that not last night's game, but the game before, they said she went 6 from 6 from 3-point land. Man, that is amazing. She come in there and do that for Iowa. Remember when we knew that she could hit the 3-pointers, and after she got lucky early in the year last year, that's all she was trying to shoot was 3-pointers and was missing them. And then she got to be turnover prone, so Jan didn't play her very much, because she was turnover prone and would just go for the 3 all the time.
We became more of a Lucy Olson centric team, and we put together a long winning streak.
Yeah.
Jan said, "We're giving the ball to Lucy. This is your team." And Lucy quit trying to distribute the ball and go score.
Yeah.
And it turned the season around.
Yes, it did.
But yeah, me and Kyle mentioned Guyton being so hot on the last podcast. And last night she was hot again. And if she had girls on her team that could catch the ball, she'd have had an even better game. She made some terrific drives and passes last night. And Ava Hayden would have just put them right in the basket. But some of the girls they got this girl named Parchment, who is a true freshman from Canada. And boy, is she super, And then they got the top recruit out of Illinois last year. She's very good too. So
by
they're
the
going
way,
to be really good.
By the way, according to the announcers, they got the top recruit out of Illinois in 23, 24, and 25. I believe the 24 one was
Guyton.
Guyton, or 23 was Guyton, but they said 3
Mm.
years in a row they've gotten the top recruit out of Illinois. That woman is serious about building Illinois into a powerhouse.
Two of them went to other schools and transferred in because they were unhappy.
So, well,
But
right.
she didn't get it. The only one she got directly out of high school is the one this year that I can't remember her name. But that's how she got the three top recruits out of Illinois. I don't know who the top recruit is out of Illinois this year, but I know who the top recruit out of Illinois is from Quincy in a few more years, and hopefully she comes to Iowa. But anyway, we got to get this pod over with, right? So
yes, we do. Yes, we do. I have a cardiologist appointment coming up real quick. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you again for watching, guys. We appreciate it. And thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions. And thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Have a great day. Bye.